Welcome to Wayne's Weird World. What? Where? When? Why? All right, I know why. Come on, up, have a cuddle, say hello. That was quick. One more time. Come on, up, sit. Oh. You want to play? Later. All right. What? What? Whiskey? Oh. Isolation due to COVID. Fun. So I haven't been going anywhere this week, which is probably a good thing. That way I'm not pissing anybody off. That's good. So this is something I did a fair while ago. Nice, tall hiking staff. Good, strong one. Okay, that is fallow deer antler. Okay, move. But I want to put a sterling silver bezel to mount a 1 cent Australian coin. Now this, and I dropped it in the water because it's been raining. Oh well. That is what I'm doing next. But before I did that, I cut up what was left of the fallow deer antler and used a couple pieces. Well, this is a classic style Norwegian cheese planer. And with that serrated blade, slices off a more decorative slice of cheese. Party stuff. Oh yes, we'll have a party. No, but this one, the handle was very similar, a little bit darker wood, but I used it all the time. And you leave it in the dishwater too long, the wood swells up, the wood cracks. So it's been without a handle for a long time. So I cleaned up, drilled out this piece of deer antler, which came from about there, I believe. What's at that angle? Something like that. No, that one. That's the angle. Cut it out and cleaned it up, drilled it out, glued it in with 2-part epoxy glue, aerolite we call it. And that's a good fit, very, very strong. Now, to finish this off, let's get closer. To finish this off, what I want to do is dress up this joint a little bit, and I wanted to go into a local antique shop and see about getting a small pinky ring, either very simple gold or silver band. But I'm not going to be able to go anywhere till next week. I've got to test negative and la-di-da-di-da, and now this is stuck. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, I was out in the shed yesterday, poking around. I have not been setting any land speed records. I tire out easily. But I found this little plumbing fitting, and this morning I went and found a bolt that would fit nicely inside of it, taped that off into the cordless electric drill, 240 grit and 320 or 380, oh, whatever. And I used the file initially to take all the burrs off. It was pretty ugly. And then just clean it up nicely like that. I could polish it off to, 400 grit and everything else, but Not necessary. Totally overkill, which I often do anyway. Chocolate and whiskey. When you've got a persistent cough, you can do lemon and honey and have all kinds of fancy ass medications, but nah, we'll just do the basics. This is a lovely little item. Nipex. Plumber's pliers. So, I'll have to peel that tape off, I guess. Where's that? Yeah, it is. So I haven't been outside much. The weather's been absolutely shitty. Lovely weather for ducks, but I don't have ducks. My chooks don't like it. They look like drowned rats. So they've just been fed. They'll go to bed soon. And they've all been fed, so that's all right. Get all that tape out of the way. Had to clean the threads up because the nut, even though it was the right size, kept sticking in all the goop. Now it's still sticky. All the goop that was on congealed from years and years and years of neglect. It was like tar. Gack. Whatever. Haven't felt like working on my plants today. This pleurophallis is budding up quite nicely. Ooh, I like that. Now I'm going to have to put it in my vise, wrapped in tape again so I don't stuff it up too much. Drill it out just a wee little bit, and then when I light the wood heater this evening, get that sucker red hot and press it down. So first off, it's got to be a nice smooth fit over that shaft, and that shaft is now the same diameter as what I drilled that out for. So I use the same size drill bit to clean up this fitting for an old garden hose. The old brass garden hoses that were here in Australia from the year dot, I believe, I don't know. But they're really functional, good, high quality brass compound or alloy, whatever. And that's going to go down, and because it's going to be hot, it's going to burn down into that edge just a little bit. It'll strengthen it that little bit. It'll tidy it up that little bit. And then when all that's done, I've already given it a light sanding. My nose is running again. Oh, that's another thing with COVID. Besides the coughing, the sneezing, the runny nose, the achy body. Oh, fun. This is my second time. Last time was about 8-9 months ago. Whatever. Yeah. Shortly after I stuffed up my knee. Good combination, that. But this keeps me out of trouble. And a couple blokes I know have been checking up on me every now and then, making sure that I've got plenty of food. They've been bringing me so much food. I've got food that's going to last a week, easy. So that's the plan, to have that burned in there with this. Let's get that. Oh, drop that! See if I can put more battle scars on it. No, it looks all right. So that's going to get heated up so much it'll just sit in. I might just clean it up a little bit with a knife so it doesn't have to burn so much. And that's just going to go in there like that. Now it's a bit too small for a little bezel for a coin on the end. I don't know. That's a thought. That's a thought. Because I really like this. That's the year of my birth. I'm not going to tell you how old I am. Very. Yeah, but that's it. But it would be nice to have a proper bezel to hold it. I did start cutting in there a little bit, but I didn't think that was going to do the job quite right. So it's only held in there with some putty. So, hiking staff. That's about, yeah, it's a good size. And guess what? Hiking staffs are not necessarily for flat ground or going uphill. It's downhill, because that's when you put most pressure on your knees and hips and ankles. Mostly your knees. Anyway, that's what I've been playing with. Wayne's Weird World. One of these days I'll even show you how I sharpen these things. Yeah, they're not easy, but they're not that hard. All you have to do is remember the bevel. Oh well, whatever. That's it. Wayne's Weird World. See you next time. Rainy Friday with COVID. So much fun. Cheers.